Scanning for audio.
Welcome to yet another Tin Dog podcast. This is number probably 1350, possibly. I don't know. Because it doesn't really matter. You may even have noticed that when these get released, they're never quite in order. Because I just give you things when I go, oh, we'll have this one this time and this one this time. And it's fine. It's not a problem. But I like to get my Torchwoods out early and I like to get them out on time. And it is a monthly, or at least at the moment, it's a monthly range. That's going to change. It's going to become bi-monthly, but I'm sure we've dealt with that in a different chat. As of today, it's just been announced that Doctor Who, the TV series that some of us used to love, is coming back on April the 12th. As far as I'm concerned, Big Finish is now the home of Doctor Who. Because, let's face it, the newspapers have had it up in the air going, hey, it's being cancelled. Oh no, Shirley's recorded an extra regeneration scene. And, yeah, who's going to run Doctor Who? Look, you have to wait until Disney actually see the viewing figures, until it's released, before they say there's going to be another series. As far as I'm concerned, if the Disney money does come back, then there'll be another 2 seasons, 2 years worth, shot back to back in one massive recording block, which would be 2 lots of 8, plus possible Christmas special. And then with that, and you know what, even that might not be announced until after the war between the Sea Devils and the Monkeys, or whatever you want to call it. All of these things are too up in the air to go into. What will you be doing on April the 12th? I'm sure some of us will be podcasting and some of us won't be. But the true protective and nice home of Big Finish, of Doctor Who, is Big Finish. And that's what I like. So, we've done that news update about Doctor Who. But as you know, I'm here to talk about Torchwood. And here we've got Tracy Ann Oberman and Tim Bendick. Now, weirdly, I did see on Twitter, or X, or whatever you want to call it, somebody going, well, I'm not going to be reviewing that particular story for obvious reasons. No. This is Torchwood. We respect the material and we do it. I'm sorry, I've got no time for that sort of thing, because Tracy gives a great performance. And her Yvonne Hartman is magnificent. And I've always said that we'd always have a boss that respects her staff this much. However, in this story, maybe not so much. Yvonne Hartman and Tony have gone undercover to a couple's retreat. Will anyone buy their May to December romance? Torchwood came looking for a mysterious energy signal and instead found themselves caught in a web of troubled lovers becoming ever closer. Perhaps what Yvonne and Tony really need is time apart from each other. It's got a great cover. It's got a brilliant performance. Tim Bendick's just great as Tommy. And I do fear for what happens in the battle for Canary Wharf. Although part of me would really like him to come back into modern Torchwood. Even to spend some time with Yvonne, or the alternative Yvonne that we've got now. Yvonne is not a nice person. She's manipulative, she's callous, and her character does grow eventually, but not at this point. Not at this point in the narrative. At this point she's still manipulative. She's still not even evil. She just has her honour and Torchwood and nothing else. Tommy may be her work husband, but that's always a bit questionable. Even the writers described this as a rom-com, but I would describe it as a rom-com. They described it as a rom-com without the third act, where they all get back together and live happily ever after, which is very Torchwood. But I would also say described as not a rom-com because it doesn't have the com and barely has the rom. It's also got the woman who's currently travelling with the Eighth Doctor. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten her name. I would normally come back and edit it in, but as you know, I'm just rambling and talking straight to you, my beloved friend. Look it up. She's awfully good. There's just brilliant performances all round. Yes, the story is arguably of its time and fits in reasonably well with fits in perfectly well with all of the other stories. It didn't grab me as well as some of the others have. The story itself is, or rather has, some rather icky moments and some rather icky creatures involved. It worried me that there may be something akin to something from Clom going on, which there isn't, so be wary, that's fine. But it is very, very Torchwood. And of course, Tommy does have a moment of personal growth. I did enjoy it. It may not be one of my all-time favourites, but it definitely does what it's supposed to. I'm worried about Torchwood going the way of all flesh as we approach release number 100 and it goes bi-monthly. But perhaps those other gaps will be filled by something else. And you know what? It's still a cracking series, and there's more audio Torchwood than there ever was on TV, and that's definitely not a bad thing. Right, here's the trailer, and decide for yourself. Until next time, be seeing you.
My darlings, we have new arrivals. Let me introduce Yvonne and Tommy. A May to December romance. Isn't that lovely?
May to December. I'm sunshine, she's ice.
From Big Finish Productions, Torchwood, Inseparable.
This isn't a budget hotel. It's a couple's retreat. So, reminder, we are married and we are deeply in love.
It's not very convincing, is it?
It takes all sorts. So down there, we're going to smile and wave and find out where that signal is coming from.
Shall we have a toast then?
Aye, to people, eh? The people we love. To the
To the people we love.
To the people we love. Love you so much. We're finally ready to be together forever.
There were a lot of missing folk round these parts. Lonely people. No one misses them.
Have you ever been in love?
Can you hear that? Those voices. They're getting louder. It sounds like screaming. 1,000 mouths wide open.
Oh, poor Yvonne. No one you trust, not even yourself. But don't worry, you don't have to be alone ever again.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Tommy and Yvonne, together forever.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. If you've enjoyed this show via YouTube, please click like and subscribe. To contact the show, please email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk or follow the show on Blue Sky at tindogpodcast.bsky.social. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.